Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Bencivenga, and it's true, I'm an independent journalist here based in the city of Pittsburgh. And it is my honor to be with all of you on this very special occasion. When Nina asked me if I would give the keynote at today's awards ceremony, I was truly humbled, and I wanted to take this as an opportunity and challenge to meet this moment with all of you, to reflect on my work and how it intersects with the awardees and this era that we are living in as both a community and as a nation. And when I think about the privilege that it has been to play the role of being an independent journalist, I often go back to my own journey of how I found myself doing this work in the first place. Now, it's a pretty convoluted story and how I ended up here, so I'm not going to go into all the details, but I will just say that I started out being a student who was accepted to medical school, but just couldn't shake off the need to build equity through the lens of storytelling. And with the support of my family, including my mom, who is here. Hi, Mom. If I didn't give a shout out to my Italian mother, are you kidding me? Hi, Mom. They've always supported me, and I appreciate that support so much. So I deferred my seat, and I really never looked back. I didn't set out to be a brand or a voice. I just wanted to tell stories, to share hopes and dreams, to inspire and to educate, to activate people to be the change that they were seeking in their own communities. And over time, I realized that working independently, it gave me a kind of freedom to follow the story wherever it led, to ask questions without fear of who might be offended, and to stay accountable to the people and not to those in power. Being independent in this moment is both a challenge and a responsibility. The gatekeepers are all but gone, but that is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, the democratization of information has opened up incredible opportunities for new voices like my own, for stories that might never have been told, to share analyses that are not always popular or palpable, but are necessary. Now, on the other hand, it has made it harder to know what is true, who to trust, and how to sustain real journalism in a world where clicks too often outweigh credibility. But what doesn't change, and what cannot change, is the purpose. A free press matters most when democracy is under attack. Looking around this room, I see those being honored: journalists, artists, and visionaries, the ones who stand at the edge, holding truth steady while the world teeters. They are the relentless force that hold up our democracy when everything seems to be crashing down around us. And so I wanted to take just a moment to acknowledge them today. Bonita Lee Penn, poet, playwright, and multimedia artist whose work explores memory, identity, and spirituality through the lens of the Black aesthetic. I see you. Alicia B. Wormsley, Guggenheim Fellow, interdisciplinary artist and cultural producer whose visionary products imagine Black, liberated, and Indigenous futures. I see you. Bill O'Driscoll, award-winning Pittsburgh journalist whose 30-year career has shaped arts and cultural coverage locally and nationally. I see you. And Camila Adams Friedson, a Pittsburgh-based producer, journalist, and multimedia storyteller who champions underrepresented voices with creativity and insight. I see you. Artists and journalists have always shared a special calling. We both commit to a purpose greater than ourselves, to collective truth, to memory, to justice. But we're living in a time where everything seems to be about the individual, about me and my brand and my followers. But imagine just for a moment if everyone woke up tomorrow morning and started saying, "We" is more powerful than me. Think of what would be possible. And that's the power of journalism and the power of the arts and how they are the same in that way. They hold up a mirror to our interconnectedness. They remind us that our survival depends on one another. That's why, throughout history, fascists have always come for artists and journalists first, because we bring attention to the ideas and ways of being that extend beyond self-interest. I'm reminded of the words by Martin Niemöller, who wrote, "First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. And then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak." That quote isn't just about history, it's about right now. It's a reminder that silence will not save us, and that this work, whether journalism or art, is not just a job, it is a calling. When I was researching, thank you. When I was researching Aggie, of course, the Aggie Awards, and her tireless advocacy that helped the people of her community and Pittsburgh access opportunities to achieve the highest quality of life, I realized that she understood something essential. Even when the issue didn't personally affect her, she recognized that our intersections are what will not just help us survive, but to thrive. My goal has always been to inspire, to educate, and to activate, because beyond thinking and feeling, we have to ask, what do we do once we know? And so, in the spirit of this kind of journalism, the kind that seeks truth and builds community through the lens of equity, the kind that seeks to find solutions to long-standing problems facing us, here are a few things we can all do as good citizens, speaking as a solutions-driven journalist. Ask yourself, what would Aggie do? She'd tell us to get in the game, to support local, and to care loudly. And so I will echo that sentiment. Support your local papers, attend town meetings, volunteer with organizations doing the work that improves the lives of the many and not just the privileged few. Donate to museums, to art centers, buy art, show up for protests, join a cause that doesn't impact you personally. And whatever you do, please, do not cross the picket lines. Because this isn't just about one story, one byline, one art piece. It's about all of us, the storytellers, the truth seekers, the helpers. When we link arms as journalists, artists, and citizens, we become the heartbeat of our democracy. We remind the world that the truth still matters, that compassion still counts, that justice still calls. And no matter how unprecedented these times may be, as long as we keep speaking, keep creating, and keep showing up for one another, there will always be someone left to speak for us. Thank you.